Hey guys, welcome back to Glam Finds, and I'm here with another fragrance review, and this fragrance is from the house of Kirk Eliott. It's from the Black Label collection, and it's Kirk Elliott's Funky Cucumber. Now, I know you're thinking, that's an interesting name, and it is, but it's an interesting fragrance. So I'm going to go over the notes because you're going to smell these, but I'm going to tell you what's more dominant. There's not a lot of notes. It's cucumber, cherry blossom, teak wood, and cannabis. Okay, I live in the Bay Area, so there are certain cities that you drive through and the cannabis scent is quite present. This is not what that is. So this fragrance, you get a ton of cucumber. It smells like, I would say, a fresh, pretty realistic cucumber. And you get a teak wood, and actually I had someone who was passing by me that said she smelled a lot of the woods in here, which I thought was pretty cool because I'm a big fan of teak wood myself. But you get a little bit of greenness from that cannabis note. And then the cherry blossom is in there, but it's blended better than you would think. Now what this reminds me of, and I've kind of told people, in fact the people that were smelling it on me, I think most of them agreed. This kind of reminds me of if Bath & Body Works Cucumber Melon from back in the day. I don't think they still sell that. I don't know, but I know it was like a pretty big one for a lot of us in the 90s or maybe early 2000s. It all's kind of a blended mess right now, but if they would have made that lean masculine, that's what this reminds me of. And there's a ton of cucumber in it, and it's like more of like a cucumber woody scent, but I like that extra green, like a smidge of earthiness. And the reason I like the earthiness is because sometimes I feel like earthiness gives a little bit of a sexy vibe, and that's kind of why I like a little bit of earthiness in fragrances. Not all of them, but some of them go really well with it. The cherry blossom comes in there and makes it a little bit more wearable, in my opinion, because to me this is pretty wearable. At first you smell it and you're like, oh, that's silly, but then after you wear it for a while, you're like, this is kind of sexy, you know? And I think it goes really well with your body chemistry. I mean, it went really well with my body chemistry the times that I wore it. So I actually find this to be like a little bit more of like a sexy fragrance, but a not try hard sexy fragrance. So it kind of pulls people in to where they don't know why they're being pulled in. They're just like, huh. It's more of a vibe. But although I'm saying it's more of a vibe, performance-wise on this, I get great performance. I got actually almost 8 hours every time I wore it. And you have to think about this, like some of the time that I'm wearing it, I'm gonna be in the high heat. So I would imagine if it wasn't so hot, because the heat kind of eat up the fragrance a little bit. If it wasn't so hot, I probably could have pushed past the 8-hour mark. But out here, like some days it's like, hey, fall, 60s. And then some days it's like, just kidding, 95 degrees at 8 p.m. So it's kind of been all over the place. The times that I've worn this, actually every time that I wore this, I was outside in like over 90-degree heat for, I would say at least like 10-15 minutes, sometimes more. Just kind of based on like, you know, having to walk to my car, having to walk in from my car, having to take in groceries, stuff like that. So I would say performance on this is above average for what it is. And projection, it projected about an arm's length for the first couple of hours and then kind of came in a little bit closer, but I had a pretty good scent bubble for most of the time I was wearing it. So I'd say performance is pretty good. I have no complaints when it comes to performance, and I think it does what it aims to do. Again, it's not like a loud in-your-face fragrance. It's just not a try-hard. You don't want all your fragrances to be try-hards either. So I actually really appreciate that in this, and I really enjoyed the wearing experience. Again, the name Funky Cucumber, you don't really know what you're gonna get, and you're like, is this gonna be a silly fragrance? This fragrance knows what it's doing. You just gotta let it work. Yeah, and it kind of, again, it pulls people in. It's just kind of sexy to me. In that that vibe that makes you want to get in closer and try to figure out what you're smelling, because you're probably not going to get it. Again, my one friend did say she got a lot of teak wood. She enjoys like that woody note. So although it isn't trying hard, it does have notes that do have, you know, people-pleasing qualities. So, I mean, you've got that. Who can wear this? Definitely everyone. I liked wearing it. I think some people may say it leans masculine. To me, I think it runs right down the center, though. It's basically just like if that cucumber melon would be something that everyone could wear instead of just, you know, a super feminine fragrance. But in a way more sexy way, because I feel like that one was just, you know, playful. It was a body spray. But yeah, I think anyone could wear this. I think if you're super young, maybe you won't appreciate it as much, but I think if you're mature, this is probably going to be right up your alley. In terms of where you could wear this, I would say anywhere. But to me, this has like white t-shirt vibes written all over it. Or V-neck vibes written all over it. Like you could wear it pretty much any time of year. Upscale, casual, maybe not super dressed up, you know, because it doesn't really have too much darkness in it and it's not super woody. It's got a little bit of playfulness to it. So maybe more of like an upscale casual to me. Or you can even wear it just regular casual. That's fine too. That's always fine. But yeah, you could actually make this a work scent because again, funky cucumber sound. It's not funky like you would think by the name. It's just different. It's unique, but I don't feel like it's offensive by any means. So you could totally wear it to work, out on the town. It's kind of like a nice, like fun lunch or brunch fragrance. Just casual events. I just wouldn't go formal with it. But again, you could if you wanted to do something a little bit different. Season-wise, I think this is going to be spring, summer, fall. I probably wouldn't go too much in the winter with it, but I think technically spring and summer would be the main seasons, but I think you could carry it in through the beginning of fall. Mostly daytime, in my opinion. Compliments, yeah, it gets compliments. It's the teakwood. The teakwood's always going to pull compliments. It just seems to be like a note that people like. It's not a huge compliment monster because again, people are kind of like drawn to you, but they're not really sure why. So it's that not try hard vibe. I know I just have those days sometimes. I talked to you guys about this before. I don't want all of my fragrances to be in your face. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I wake up and I'm like, give me Eros Eau de Parfum. I'm just gonna rock that and I'm gonna shower in it, in fact. But some days I want it to be a little bit more subtle or a little bit more like draw you in, but keep a little mystery going. And that's what this does. I'm going to link this fragrance down below. I'm going to link his site actually down below. This is one of the Black Label. The Black Label, I believe, has 3 fragrances so far. It's going to be Grapefruit, Vetiver, Funky Cucumber, and Ginger in the Woods. They're all just different. And actually he has a set where you can try all 3 of them, I think 10 ml each. So if you didn't want to commit to the full bottle of any of them, you could just try them all. I have to say, after trying all 3 of them, although this is like the most different, I think they're all pretty different. I think I like this one the most just because I love that non-try hard feel. Yeah, it's really good. I mean, I really enjoy it. If you've tried this fragrance, comment down below. Let us know what you think. Performance, compliments, seasons. Just let us know. If you've tried any of the Black Collection, drop that down below. If you like this video, hit that like button. Be subscribed to my channel. Hit that notification bell to get notified when I drop new videos. Thank you guys for watching and I will see you on the next one. Bye!